When someone calls 911, they expect urgency. So when firefighters arrive on scene, you want them to bring tools with them that will help mitigate the problem quickly. The Halligan is a tool used by firefighters, and it is one of the most useful hand tools because it can be used in different ways. While some tools are only used for cutting, prying, or striking, the Halligan is a 3-in-1, which makes it a Swiss Army knife of hand tools. It can be used for gaining entry into a house when doors are locked and there's no time to waste. It can be used to help firefighters ventilate a building. Now, firefighters, they take a lot of pride in the art of firefighting and the tools they use. So, to have a tool that was made by a firefighter specifically for firefighting gives the tool special meaning to the fire service. The Halligan was designed by a firefighter over 74 years ago and is still in use today. In the November edition of Fire Engineering, Clay McGee shed some light on the inventor of the Halligan bar. He states that in 1916, Hugh Halligan was appointed to the Fire Department of New York, the FDNY, and served there until 1959. For 43 years, Chief Halligan devoted himself to the fire service, having served in all bureaus of the department and risen to the rank of deputy chief. During his career, Chief Halligan was looking to improve upon the forcible entry tools that the FDNY already had. The department had a small array of tools, such as axes or pry bars, but they did not have a tool that could do multiple applications. In 1948, the Halligan tool was born. The National Fire Protection Association, which we will refer to as the NFPA from here on out, published Fundamentals of Firefighting Skills, a book that is used by fire academies across the world. It is the same book that I use in my professional department for reference when I am teaching. In their book, they state the Halligan tool incorporates 3 different tools: the adze, the pick, and the claw. The dimensions of a true Halligan are very specific. A standard Halligan is 30 inches in length and consists of 3 parts: the adze, which is 6 inches by 2 inches, the pick, which is 6 inches in length, and the claw, which is 6 inches with its crotch at 5 inches in length, and is designed for conventional forcible entry. Both the pick and the adze triangle are 5 inches tall. Now, while most firemen cannot quote these measurements, they are important for determining mechanical advantage of the tool. When using the tool correctly, you can gain mechanical advantage in forcible entry. In the article from Fire Engineering, they state that the application of an outward opening door with the adze has a mechanical advantage of 15-1 and is a Class 1 lever. This means that the input or force the firefighter is putting in is multiplied by 15. When using the fork ends of the Halligan, the mechanical advantage is 13.5-1 and is a Class 2 lever. This is helpful because no matter which way the firefighter decides to use the tool, they will be more efficient rather than just pushing on the door or trying to kick it in like you may see on the movies or the TV. The NFPA teaches that the 3 different parts of the Halligan are useful for forcible entry. The adze end is used to pry open doors or windows, and the pick is used to pull up nails and pry apart wooden slats. A firefighter can use the flat head of an axe to strike the Halligan into place and create a better bite. And a bite is a small opening that allows a tool better access in forcible entry. It allows it better access between the door or the window and the frame. I personally have used this tool multiple times for forcible entry, not only in residential structure fires, but car fires, and when performing ventilation. This brings me to my next point, where the Halligan can be used for ventilation. Ventilation is when an opening is made so that hot gases and smoke can escape. This is useful because it lets the smoke out and will improve visibility for firefighters inside fighting fire. And it will keep conditions more tenable for victims until a rescue is made. When cutting a roof for vertical ventilation, the Halligan is used as a step or a foothold. The firefighter will forcefully swing the Halligan into the roof and bury the pick end into the roof. When doing so, this will create a foothold on top of the adze where the firefighter can stand on the roof and cut it open with a chainsaw. This is a skill that is commonly taught in the Hampton Roads Regional Fire Academy. This academy is responsible for instructing recruit firefighters from numerous jurisdictions, such as James City County Fire Department, where I work, Newport News Fire Department, and Hampton Fire Department, just to name a few. Firefighter Mark Vanderfeist, who is an international instructor, describes another way the Halligan is useful in vertical ventilation. He states the firefighter will use a rope with the Halligan. Now in this application, the firefighter will stand on the roof and swing the Halligan like a pendulum and use the pick to break the glass of a window. Now this practice of swinging the Halligan is useful to access certain windows that may be limited for an aerial truck with the ladder that comes off it, or ground ladders, and conventional methods cannot be used to break the glass. So in closing, the Halligan can be used more than one way when firefighters are conducting ventilation on a fire. It can be used for both vertical and horizontal ventilation. The tool gives the operator a mechanical advantage when used properly for forcible entry. And since the Halligan was forged in the fire service, it holds a special meaning to firefighters. The Halligan is one of the best hand tools in the fire service because it can be used in different applications, which is very important in an emergency. Thank you.